We're just a few short days away from the U.S. Nationals in Las Vegas. My name is Peter. You are in the MinMax studio, and I wanted to share a few pieces of advice that I've picked up along my journey of traveling and attending events, and some things that I think that I could provide information-wise to make your trip just a little bit better. So we're going to go over the five top pieces of advice that I have for you in preparation and for this U.S. Nationals event. So the number one thing that I would recommend is to come prepared. I can't tell you how many people we have show up at the booth in between rounds that are, we ask them, hey, what's your next round? What are you doing after this? And their response is, well, I was going to draft, or I was going to enter this side event, or I was going to sign up for this event, but it capped, or registration is closed. And that's just really unfortunate because you spend a lot of time and money and energy getting to these places. So make sure that you register for events as soon as possible. So if you haven't registered for the major events, the Battle Hardened, ProQuest Plus, or the Nats, assuming at this point, I hope you've registered for Nationals if you plan on attending. Make sure those are all taken care of. And then as soon as they open registration for side events, attack them. Because with high seas being so limited in physical product, all of the drafting and sealed events, I imagine, are going to sell out or very close to it. So if you plan on drafting, if you plan on doing the sealed events, sign up as soon as possible because those events will most likely just completely cap. So once you've got all of your registration done, once you've figured out what events you're going to do, then you need to check your bag and make sure you have dice, make sure you have sleeves, and make sure you have snacks. Now, I love when you guys come up and I can sell you some sleeves or some dice or last minute deck boxes and stuff like that. But unless you need those things, it's in your best interest to bring them with you. And then on the snack side, when I'm talking about snacks, I'm not talking about like M&Ms and Cheetos and all the garbage food. Like if you're going to be playing these games, if you're going to be competing in this tournament, in these events all day for multiple days in a row, you need higher quality snacks. So things with higher protein, things with lower carbs, things that are not sugary, stuff that's going to give you actual energy and just make your day better. So those are like my main points. Like those, if you do those things, it will just make the entire event just a little bit more enjoyable for you. My second tip or piece of advice is to visit the city you're going to. We have the privilege of being able to travel all over the country. Some of you are flying from out of the country to attend this event in Vegas. And Vegas is one of the few places where there is absolutely endless amount of activities to do. There is something for everyone. You can spend an insane amount of money and have once in a lifetime experiences, or you can literally just walk down the street and people watch. It is an absolute blast to watch, the fountains go off. There's fireworks in crazy places. Just walking through casinos can be an enjoyable experience of just people watching. So take advantage of the city while you're there. You're there and there's shows and there's events. Just, it doesn't just have to be about the cards. You can explore and have fun doing other things as well. My third piece of advice is to pace yourself. When you sign up for events, like I said, number one, I would recommend personally to sign up for 2 major events per day. So that would be like 2 drafting experiences, or 1 sealed, 1 draft, or 1 CC event and 1 draft, and to kind of separate them by quite a bit. If you have something in the morning and something in the afternoon, it gives you enough time in case something happens, right? Tech goes down all the time. Sometimes there's internet interference. Maybe a tournament lasts too long and it pushes all the other events forward. So if you have event on top of event on top of an event, it doesn't give you any time for accidents. Because it really stinks if you sign up for an event and your event gets delayed into another event and now you have to drop or you have to cancel or you have to, change your plans up. If you have a little bit more space, it gives you more time to react to the environment around you. It also allows you to pace yourself by eating and using the bathroom and taking a breather. It's important to think about yourself as a human being at these events. You're not just a grinding machine. Having ample time to actually, use the bathroom, to take a minute to go outside and get some fresh air, to see the sun for a minute or two, and to leave the venue or to go further than the 5 feet it takes to get to the nearest chicken nugget French fry basket. I love chicken nuggets and French fries, but con food is fast, it's greasy, and it's not good for you. Take an opportunity to space yourself a little bit and go get real food. It will just make everything better. Seriously, if you eat properly throughout these events, you're going to compete at a higher level. You're going to have a better experience overall. You're going to feel better, and you're going to enjoy yourself. So try to limit the amount of deep fried food. Pace yourself throughout the event so that you can actually enjoy it and take in the moments. My fourth piece of advice is to get sleep. So Vegas never sleeps. It's a city that is literally going 24/7. There's always something to do. There's always an event, something to experience. But research has shown time and time again that above diet, above exercise, above anything else, sleep is the foundation upon which everything else is built. So if you are spending an obtuse amount of money to get to Vegas, to compete in these events and to play and hopefully win, at least give yourself the edge of sleeping properly. Maybe you don't get your 10 hours, your 8 or your 9 hours, but like 6 or 7 hours, that's not too bad. The amount of people that also roll up on like day 2 to an event and they come to the booth and they look like zombies, full on, like just dragging themselves and like, yeah, so we did well yesterday, and so we went out and we got drinks, and then we got more drinks, and then we decided to play a couple games of Fab, and then it was 2 a.m, and my hotel's an hour away, and then I slept for half an hour on the floor, and then I came back, and then I dropped. It's like those experiences, I'm sure, were once in a lifetime as well, and I'm sure you had a great time. But if your goal is to compete, if your goal is to enter these events and take home the prize and win, sleep is super important. So get your sleep. And my last piece of advice, as someone who has traveled all over the country for these events, I've also traveled the world in my own personal time. It's very easy for those of us who grind events and grind travel to lose sight of what we are experiencing. So my advice is to take a moment each day and just breathe and be grateful. Something in your life, whatever you have done or have allowed to happen in your life, has brought you the ability to travel across the country, across the world, or maybe in Peter's experience, get on a bus or an Uber down the street to the event. But you're experiencing something amazing that a lot of people never will have the opportunity to do so. Not many people in this world will get to say, yes, I'm going to take time off from work. I'm going to skip out on something, and I am going to go play cardboard games with friends for 2 to 3 days straight. And that is the goal. It's not a side event. It is not a side quest. I am literally here to play cardboard games. The TCG world is already a fascinating experience, let alone being able to travel and compete on this level. So if you find yourself in Vegas in a couple days, if you are looking around at all the lights, if you are opening up a pack of high seas and you pull that cold foil fable that at the recording of this video I don't think has been seen, take a moment, take a deep breath, and just say thank you that you're able to experience these things. Thank your friends and family who allow you to make this happen. Thank your dog or your cat. These events are surreal. They're awesome. They should be a blast. So also don't take yourself too seriously. This is, at the end of the day, a game meant to be played with friends. So those are kind of my tips and tricks and advice and things that I would recommend. Just have fun. This is going to be a wonderful trip. Take everything in stride. Be kind to one another, and come say hi to me at the booth, because I'll be there too, and I'll probably have a coffee in hand, and it's just going to be a great time. So enjoy yourself, have fun, and we'll see you in a couple days. Take care. Safe travels.